During the filming of the White Lotus season, it seems Aubrey Plaza has made the news. She supposedly pulled a hilarious prank on her co-stars. According to reports, Aubrey had pulled a Blair Witch-inspired stunt on her White Lotus Season 2 co-stars, and it was insane. So stay tuned to today's video as we discuss this prank and what happened afterwards. First up, Aubrey Plaza's hilariously sadistic pranks on White Lotus Season 2 co-stars revealed.
White Lotus Season 2, in 3 words, describe this season.
Seductive, volcanic nightmare.
It looks like Aubrey Plaza has appeared in the news once again due to pulling a hilariously sadistic prank on her White Lotus Season 2 co-stars. She became a breakout star and became known around the globe due to her role as April Ludgate in Parks and Recreations. Nowadays, she stars in HBO's anthology series in its sophomore season, which premiered on the 30th of October on HBO. White Lotus's second season has now shifted its setting from Hawaii to Sicily, and Aubrey Plaza stars as Harper Spiller. Her character is a straight-laced lawyer who ends up
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time. Always.
acting as a relatively rational voice amongst the group of crazy vacationers. Whilst filming the second season a few months back, the cast and crew ended up being cooped up together for about 5 months in the centuries-old hotel in Sicily. This used to be a convent, and Aubrey Plaza took the opportunity to pull a prank on her co-stars.
What is going on with you?
There's a reason they invited us here. It's like you sold your company, you got rich, and now he's your best friend.
Over the course of a few days, she ended up arranging the hotel's reed diffusers in a Blair Witch-style symbol. She placed them on the floor of Adam DeMarco's dressing room and eventually her own. To throw off her co-stars Haley Lou Richardson and Megan Fahey, she continued to place messages under their doors. After the hotel staff looked at the security footage, they were able to discover that Plaza was the culprit. Aubrey Plaza has always pranked her co-stars. These antics that happened during the filming of the White Lotus Season 2 are Aubrey Plaza's tradition, as she pranks her co-stars on every project she appears in. One of her most famous examples of trolling her co-stars was when she showed up to a red carpet event wearing the same outfit as her co-star Elizabeth Olsen. This was during the premiere of Ingrid Goes West, and was such a hilarious prank at the time. The prank played extremely well considering the plot of the 2017 film, as it centers around the digital stalker played by Aubrey Plaza, who ends up moving to Los Angeles to befriend her Instagram idol. Her idol is, of course, played by Elizabeth Olsen, and she adopts her look in the film. This was a hilarious take on the film and showed how their relationship was on set. In another instance of Aubrey Plaza pranking her co-stars, she once got into a prank war with Gabriel Bateman. He happened to play her on-screen son in the Child's Play remake. During the production of the film, the two would attempt to scare each other in increasingly dramatic ways, upping their pranks every time.
She's the best.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah,
And I'm just so proud of you.
Loveliest mom ever.
When comparing this prank war to the White Lotus, her attempts were not as successful, as the young star would not be scared in the slightest by her pranks. It seemed like she needed to up the game, which is why when she was messing around with the White Lotus stars, she ended up going a little further than usual. After the second season of White Lotus, Aubrey Plaza has 2 more exciting projects just on the horizon. One is Francis Ford Coppola's Megalopolis, and of course the WandaVision spin-off from Marvel, Agatha Coven of Chaos. The former is a project that stars Adam Driver, Lawrence Fishburne, Forrest Whitaker, Natalie Emanuel, and John Voight. The Marvel series stars Kathryn Hahn, Emma Caulfield, and Joe Locke. Both of these films are full of star-studded cast members, so her projects are going to be awesome going forward. Aubrey Plaza should have plenty of unsuspecting victims on both of these sets, as she can now increase her elaborate pranks even further. Please let us know your thoughts on Aubrey Plaza and her ongoing prank wars with her castmates down in the comments section below. And now, on to some other Aubrey Plaza news and information to wrap up today's video. Next up, Aubrey Plaza's new movie proves she could be a perfect Lara Croft in a reboot. Aubrey Plaza gave a very compelling story in her new film, Emily the Criminal.
Emily is from New Jersey, and she wants to be an artist and trying to navigate a life after having a minor criminal record.
However, after the film had been released, many people saw that this film proves that she could thoroughly pull off a role of Lara Croft in a future Tomb Raider reboot. Emily the Criminal is produced by Aubrey Plaza and directed by a newcomer to the film space, John Patton Ford. This independent film stars Aubrey Plaza in the titular role of Emily. In this thriller, she is a New Jersey native that begins living in Los Angeles and turns to credit card scammers because of the crushing weight of her criminal record and previous previous student debt. As the story progresses around Emily, her new life and petty crime lead to a violent end. Ever since the film had released, more interest surrounding Aubrey Plaza taking up the role of Laura Croft in a reboot happened on the internet. This even came up when she appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. This topic came about because she said that her friend Edgar Wright had mistakenly thought that Aubrey Plaza had already been cast as Laura Croft. Laura Croft and Tomb Raider have had a very convoluted history when it comes to live-action films, but the IP is currently up for grabs. This means that the role will eventually be recast. Aubrey Plaza has even admitted that, all jokes aside, she would be open to playing the iconic action heroine in a live-action film or series. Laura Croft and Emily couldn't be more different on paper as characters, as one is a British aristocrat while the other is a petty criminal with student debt.
We're serious people. They should be scared of us.
However, Aubrey Plaza's phenomenal performance in Emily the Criminal contains some similar ingredients that she would need to play the Tomb Raider. As Emily ends up descending deeper into the underworld of Los Angeles, a much more Laura Croft-like personality appears within her. She heads into the depths of history, and Plaza even handles the scene of mystery, tension, and action with the same grit and adaptability that she will need to play Laura Croft.
It's been a couple years in the making now, but I think we've done exactly what we set out to do.
Ultimately, these roles are surprisingly very similar because both characters are survivalists at their core. Could Aubrey Plaza be cast in a Tomb Raider movie as Laura Croft? The roles in films Aubrey Plaza has been in are numerous, but the fact that she is mostly known for her comedic roles in indie movies might mean that people can't see her as Laura Croft. Because of her career in comedy and indie movies, it would seem like a huge leap for her to be ever seriously considered as part of an action hero and heroine. However, Edgar Wright was onto something, and coincidence aside, she does look strikingly similar to Laura Croft in her marketing photos for Emily the Criminal. The sort of buzz surrounding the actress and this possible role have been noteworthy, particularly because of the bidding war that is currently happening in the Hollywood executive rooms for the Tomb Raider franchise. Aubrey Plaza is a combination of the right look and the right performance that could lead to the reboot being handed off to the phenomenal actress. Whilst Emily the Criminal both created and supported in its way the idea of Aubrey Plaza playing the next Tomb Raider, there is still no real guarantee that it will ever happen.
You know what my mistake really was? I didn't go far enough.
The casting process for Laura Croft in a new Tomb Raider reboot will undoubtedly need a lot of time, consideration, and money. All of these come from whichever studio manages to secure the rights, so we don't know if they will even have enough money to get an actress like Plaza. Before Aubrey Plaza and Ford's indie thriller was released, she would likely not have been in the running for the role outside of this film. Now, because of the perfect blend of timing and the hype from the internet, the golden possibility for Aubrey Plaza's Tomb Raider is within reach. We could see her performance as the Tomb Raider in the next few years and the casting in the next few months. This all depends on if the rights are sold to the right studio. However, as they could just purchase the rights and sit on them for a few years. It's also going to be a tough job to live up to, as both of the previous actresses for Laura Croft were phenomenal and fit the character perfectly. And that's all we have to discuss Aubrey Plaza and her recent roles in today's video. Hopefully, you enjoyed. If you did, would you please let us know in the comments section below? It would be very helpful. Make sure to like the video and, of course, subscribe to the channel with the notification bell rung. Thank you for watching. Bye!